Hey, sorry, we literally just finished. I was telling them too, and even on the last pitch, I was like, okay, we're gonna do this really fast. You're getting just. I'm like, okay, so this. Yeah, I don't have time to hear your thoughts on it. I'm just gonna tell you what my notes are. Like,
Nice.
so I was like, I don't know where me. I'm like, I don't know what time you go to bed, but I imagine 9 is like,
I'm
up
up
there.
early. Yeah, you and I keep opposite hours. All good, all good.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty funny. Joey's gonna get on too, but we can.
oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I was like, it'd be good for him to like hear this stuff too, so that because sometimes Joey has good ideas.
Nice. I love that.
Where's the move this? Okay, save that. Move that. Joey, where are you? I just texted him. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Hi.
Hey, Brianna.
Brandon is so mad right now
Why?
because we went out and he's right over here. And then he left his keys in my car, and then my roommate took my car.
Oh, no.
Brandon is stranded at my place. No place to go. Stuck.
Oh no. Well, he can take an Uber home. Oh, his house keys. Oh.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, mandatory bookorama that we just read books all night. Marshmallows, bonfire, done.
That sounds nice.
Michi, I'm so sorry.
For what?
I'm
Oh,
kidding.
I can't talk about it. I
Yeah,
can't.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'll start like full on.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
know. But where are you now? Where are you now in the world?
We just went up to Seattle and we're leaving tomorrow to go on a little road trip.
I
So
love all
yeah.
your trips. Hawaii, road trips, all over.
No, yeah. Well, it sounds we do a few trips every year. So we work hard, we play hard.
Oh, that's
So
so
You look like you look like you're outside and it's still light out. Like you look like you're in daylight right now.
Seattle it's glorious here. So yeah,
Wow.
we just got in. So
Is it
yeah.
still light out?
Yeah. It stays light. It stays light till 10 o'clock.
I'm like, it's dark here now.
I
Wow.
know it's pretty amazing. The summer's pretty great. So yeah, and also that heat this last few days is just man. Anyway, I'm happy to be out of town. I'm shaking
Yeah.
it up a little, although I do have like this mosquito smoke going. So yeah. Anyway, hi.
Thank you so much for helping us with this.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's, people pay me lots of money to do it, and I'm super happy to help. So, yeah, it's just kind of what I do, and it's very easy for me. So, and I have lots of friends who do little bits and pieces of it, and so I'm very happy to help out.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, so I think, I'll wait till Dorian gets back. I don't know where she went. Okay. I think just in looking at some of the stuff, I think that there's a way to make it way easier for you to keep track of all of the products, and Shopify is really great, but I also think if you did a little bit of custom work, it will save you a ton of time in the long run. So I don't know where you want me to start. I can give you like a little lesson on taxonomy and show you, because like it, from what it looks like, Dorian, when you made your new site, it looks like there's a couple of places where you have like two of the exact same product, one that lives under classes and one that lives under group mentorship.
Right. Like it's only one product, but it's in 2 collections. Yes.
Right. So is it the same product then, and it's just appearing in 2 places?
Correct.
So I think one of the things is that I'm just going to share my screen with you. Let's try this one. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Let's see. So this is a product page, and basically what Shopify does is like all of the stuff that appears up here, you're putting in one thing, and then this entire thing is basically all of this is the description. And what you can do is break all of this out. So what I did is I made a little picture of it here for you. So if you scroll down, there's this thing called custom fields. So basically, this is a field, and so this would be where the title is. And then this is the so this is the exec's where he works and his title. And then this is the date and time. And so basically what you do is you fill it in here. Here's the date and time. Here's the exec title. Here's the exec bio. He does features, budget under 5 million, looking for TV, half-hour pilot, 1-hour pilot. And so you can check off all these boxes, and then you can make it so that this page says, if any of these feature boxes are checked, display this here. If he's looking for TV, display this here. And so basically you have a template that's, you have a single template, and you don't have to redo each one of those pages every single time. It seems like it would make life much easier.
Yeah.
Then the other thing you can do also is on the main like open pitch session pages or the group mentorship pages where everything appears here, you can put little filters here. So if I'm looking for someone who's only doing features, I can click this features and it filters it off because you have a little piece of data that
tagged. Yeah,
exactly.
Because then people will be able to search better too.
Totally. And then if I do horror, I can drop down genre and only look for horror. So I think that if you can figure out what those common things are, it just makes it much cleaner.
Yeah, and it would literally just be the boxes that the execs can check on their preference form. Like we already have what it is because that's where it all comes. They check boxes on their preference form. So yeah.
Great. So then that's what all of this is. And I also think it would make the pages cleaner. So if some of the sessions, what the exec is looking for and also what the bio is kind of gets all smushed together. I think it would be really nice if this is a description of the session, like Brad really likes to hear pitches from blah, 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 whatever. And then you have a more formal, he's a graduate from this school, he worked at this place and that place. And it makes it just more consistent. So if I'm new and I want to do 2 pitches next month, I can go through and I know where to look, because right now some of the pages are really inconsistent and I don't know where to look to find that kind of information. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. So, so I think,
but that's going to be really cool if people can search by the format, genre, and theme. Like we might sell a lot more pitch sessions because they're able to
they
don't have to spend an hour looking through each listing. They can search the things that their project's right for. And
totally, it would just make it way easier. So I guess my other question is, what, I don't know how you're using tags and you're not at all. Okay, so I'm gonna just, let me see. I think this is I'm going to share the screen. So the other thing too that you can do to make it, are you doing automatic collections? Are you doing collections automatically? So when you put something in, it just automatically goes into the appropriate collection?
Product type. Like if we put consultation in the product type, it automatically goes into the consultations collection. Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'll show you I just did this really quickly. I can set up like these development sites just because sorry, this thing is smoking me out. Been doing it. I have a thing with Shopify. So, for example, this, I think that if you had a little bit more organized, like what constitutes a product type, and then what constitutes a tag, and then what constitutes a custom field. That way, when you have things that are going to show up in 2 places, for example, a class and a group mentorship, I think that will inform if you want to use product type or tags. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think for me, in looking at the way the new site is laid out right now, with the Career Writer program, I feel like step one, two, and three are only single classes. And then once you get to step four, that's when you're starting into a program. So it's almost like you need to, so step one, two, and three live above, these are the three things you need to do, and then jump in here. So you start with industry access, which is the monthly program. You have your, you have manager track, and then you have top tier. And then these things, they live in two places because they're also classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
well, yeah, we had them in the classes collection just to, especially with the old site on Wix, like because people just couldn't really find them. But now that we have the Career Writer program section, I don't know, maybe we won't put them in classes anymore.
Yeah, so I think that my advice to you is to decide what that is, because some of it is really confusing. And
what about the graphic is there, the old graphic?
Yeah, we gotta change that. But this whole slider sucks. Like this whole page sucks. Like I don't know.
Yeah, so I think that if you got more organized, instead of just going right in and building the pages, if you stop for a second and think, okay, what are the things, what is it that I want as a career writer? I want access to, the Career Writer program is great. And then how do I move up the Career Writer program? The thing is that these other three things, so you might have, these are the three things you need to do before you get industry access. Do you know what I mean? Because they're not the same. The classes they don't feel like they're the same. Is that just something that I don't understand?
No, they're not the same. Like pitch prep is, getting your pitch together. Marketing intensive is testing out your pitch, getting in front of people. Water bottle tour is getting your general meeting skills up to snuff, and then manager tracking top tier. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that this page can be laid out in because right now it looks really linear and everything looks equal. Step 1, 2, 3, 4. And I like the steps, but do these 3 steps first and then jump in with then you'll be ready and you're ready for our program. And then it's a monthly thing because you're doing it every month. It's like your job. Do you know what I mean? And then I like the Career Writer and then the script development, because I do think that those two things are the same. And for me, this is just me. Career Writer program is about pitching and getting ready, and then script development is really about writing. So can you separate those two out? And then the other thing too, I think for managing the site with coverage, you have a lot of people who are doing both features and pilots. And I think that you can have just a single page that looks like this, and I want someone for television, and it filters it, or I want someone for features. And then that way you don't
do that same search thing where they can choose features or TV, the genres.
Exactly. And then that way you have a variant because the price is different for features or television, but that's pretty straightforward, right? Then a product becomes about a person. Right now it's so complicated. You've got a product, it's coverage, it's TV. I've got Chris Deckard, and then I've got a product and it's features, and I got Chris Deckard. So you're managing double. You're basically doing double duty.
Like in that way, we could even combine consultations, coverage, and First 15 because a lot of the same people do all of them. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it would more be about people searching and then filtering out which ones do First 15s, which ones do, and then we don't have to have 4 products for Chris Deckard, 1 for TV coverage, 1 for feature coverage, 1 for feature consultations, 1 for TV consultations, and 1 for a First 15.
Right. That's a great idea. So if that's the case, then what you would do is, and I can set this up for you, right now I have product types. You can only you can only select one, like, is it an open pitch? Is it a seminar? Is it a consultation? But I think that if we use tags instead and said it's a, this person, you can only have one product type, but you can have multiple tags. So we'll use tagging to do that for you. And that sounds really smart, because the other thing too, and I'm just thinking through this out loud, it's really great once you have a relationship with someone to go back and do a new project, or like, hey, I did first 15, that went really well, I want to do a script coverage, then I can just look him up and, he's right there.
All the choices would be under the same, like they would go to the Chris Deckard product and the drop down menu would say first 15-hour group mentorship, like something like that.
Exactly. And then what would happen is that this is like where's a high level page? So here's a higher level page. So you would have like first 15 and then explain what first 15 is. And then these would be all the people that did first 15.
I think are we looking at the right thing? Are we still?
Oh, sorry. No, let me just share it. I don't think I'm sharing my whole desktop.
No, I think you were just sharing your browser.
Okay. Let me share the whole, here's the desktop. Sometimes it's weird if you see yourself. That's why I usually only share one thing at a time. Oh, look, there you are. I'll like move you over to the corner. So let's say this is these are the first 15. And then here's a description. This is what first 15 is. They'll read the first 15 pages. You'll have a 15-minute call because they're basically the same. And then you have all the people who do first 15. And then you'll have private mentorship. And it'll say what a private mentorship is and what it includes. And you may have Chris Deckard again, but when you go to the page, you'll have his bio, and then you select, what it is that you want.
Yeah, I think that would be way better. Like, I've been wondering if there's a way to do that, because there's so many that it's like, here are all the levels of things that you can do with Chris Deckard. Or
exactly.
Here are all the levels of things that you can do with this exact. And so that it's, like you said, it's more about the person and less about what format it is.
Exactly. And then you give it like a little tag for the format, and then you have overall pages that have, this is what a consultation is. This is what a first 15 is. This is what an 8-minute read is, and all of that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Great. So the thing, the gal that I work with, Megan, she can start on, I want to say it was the 19th. Yeah, the 19th. So what would be great is if we could, what I'm going to do is like write up some instructions for you. And what I would hand her, and I'm very happy to do this, is something that looks like this. Mm-hmm. So what would be great is that we work on something like this, or the product page, like what are all the things that would go on a product page. And then once we have that, then I'll put together something that looks like this. And this is like where the fields come from. And this is like a little bit more of a technical document. And then she can just do it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too, so like this little block right here, if there are instructions, and I think you figured this out on your site, there's this like Roadmap Writers is a training service. You can make it a page, and then it just pulls that text from a page. So for the different types of products that you have, like you have this pitching with Roadmap, like what to expect after you sign up, you'll receive instructions. So you can make it so if this is a pitch, then display this text. If it's a first 15, display this text. So these are just little pieces. And if you decide you want to totally change the instructions, you just change it once and it changes everywhere.
Wow.
So think of all the little pieces that each one of these things is a data point. And so and then there's like groups of data. So for TV, there's this group, and for genre, there's this group, and for themes, there's this group. And so think about if I've missed anything. What I'll do is I'll clean this up. I'm going to send it off to you in the morning, and then I'm going to take off. And you can take a look and see if I've missed anything, and you can add to it. But basically, it's going to be a bunch of documents. And yeah, even if you just write it and then take a picture of it and send it to me, that's totally fine too. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
This is awesome. You're a genius. Your brain.
No,
I know. I was like kicking myself. Like, I don't know why I forgot that you like do this stuff. I don't know why we used Blue Stout before even asking. I was like, even if it was just to ask you for a Shopify expert person to come and help us do all this, I don't know why I asked you. I was like, I'm so stupid.
No, don't even worry about it. It's all totally fine. This has been a really great break from me. Like it literally takes me, like all of this took me about an hour and a half. Like, and it was so great to just be able to sit here while Flower was, while we're waiting for the doctor to come over. So like, it's,
and the great thing is that you understand our business too.
Right. That's like, the thing. Like
having the learning curve with them, figuring out it's hard. That's why it took like 5 calls with them for them to just start to grasp exactly what we do.
Yeah. So, and I also, there are some things that I want for myself to go faster. So that I have that in mind too.
I guess
it's really nice to have somebody who understands our business and what we do to help with this.
Yeah. And so the other final thing is I have like a Shopify development site that I just that I did some basic, just kind of playing around to see how it worked. Let me see if I can find it. So what I'll do is Dorian, I'll send you an invitation and you can just poke around in here. And I would say don't change anything. And I think probably the best thing to do would be, because I know that you're using the new site right now for your current site. So Megan can totally work here, and then I'll just transfer this over when you're ready to go, and you can just launch the whole thing if that's what you want. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
Wow. Awesome.
Easy peasy.
Really, really cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. Something searchable and filterable and whatnot. Like, I think a lot of writers are really going to like having that capability.
Oh yeah, me. Because it's all about me. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It's so helpful.
Oh yeah, it's no problem. If you need anything like this, like it's a really, for this kind of stuff, I've literally been doing this for so long that I do it in my sleep. And so, it's kind of a nice break because I finish it and I know that it's right. And it's, it's super tangible. It's not like sending a script out and having someone go, oh, lose the Kate scene. And I love the Kate scene. And like, I'm getting this like crazy, I just can do it. I know it's right. And here. So yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. That's awesome. That's great.
Okay. So Dorian, I'll send this over to you and I'll give you a login and you can poke around and see. And I'm going to change a few of the things. I think that tags are going to work a little bit better. So look for that tomorrow. And then I'm going to be offline where I don't think there's internet access, which is going to be kind of cool, but I'll be back. I'll be back online on Thursday. So we'll chat then or over the weekend. Thank you.
Relax.
Yeah.
I will. And when I get back to LA, I would love to see you guys in person. I feel like I haven't seen you for a while. So.
Yay. And you guys, all the requests you're getting too in top tier. Like, I feel like you're just really, you have it. Like, it's like you're getting requests in sessions that nobody else is getting requests in. So it's awesome.
Thank you. Well, I feel really good. And can I just say that it's the Mike Poison. Is that how you say his last name? It's that Bible class that I did. I am telling you, it is a Bible class that has made me an expert on my work. He is awesome. So.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Awesome. So good to hear that.
Okay. Well, thanks you guys. And I will talk to you next week later in the week.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks so much, Michi. Have a good trip.
Michi.
Bye.
Bye.